All right, guys. So I know we don't need a whole lesson on what unqualified leads are, but I just wanted to break down a couple of things as far as how we handle them and the messages that we send them, where we direct them, what we do with them, things like that. Now, I know a lot of times when we start off, we're just trying to get somebody to come in. So if they need credit repair, if they need credit buildup, if they need any of that stuff, then we're like, yeah, 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 we can do it. Overall, what I have found from doing this with many accounts is that that actually hurts your account more than it helps. Um, what you begin doing is training your IG algorithm that you're looking for credit repair people and you're looking for people that don't really have too much of a thick credit profile. So what I have come to find is that the simple fix for that is do not spend a long time engaging with people that are not your potential client or your potential avatar. As soon as we identify that somebody is not our potential avatar, we should be blocking and deleting that message. I at least mark it as shipped and I stop responding. Or, I'll give some direction as far as, okay, we'll do A, B, and C and then come back. Now, I'm not saying to be rude. I'm not saying to, disregard the people completely. It's not a no forever. It's a no for right now. If they do A, B, and C and they come back and they have all their stuff together, then yeah, we can help you out. But it's not worth you training your algorithm and spending 20, 30 minutes talking to having these conversations with people that are unqualified when you could have found that out in one or two questions and saved yourself a bunch of time and potentially saved yourself from teaching your algorithm that, hey, that's somebody I want to talk with. I spent 30 minutes talking to them. So there's a couple of things, I know everybody knows the qualifications, which is 680 credit, anything under 700 credit score, any derogatory remarks, anything like that, we can direct those people, to credit repair. But I try to do it really quick. As soon as that second message comes out, what's your credit score? If it's under 700, sorry, you don't qualify at this time. Unfortunately, the banks do require a 700 plus credit score to qualify. Um, do you need help with credit repair? If so, we have a partnering company and you can send that to those other people, but you don't want to make that your main focus. Okay. And usually the people that I only offer that credit repair to is if they say, I have one thing or there's, you know, it's not a whole bunch of mess. They're not 500s. They're, 700 and something or, 680 something, or they have one ding or a couple dings on their report. I will help those people because within the next couple of months, they can possibly come back and be a client. The people that are in 500s and have no credit profile, have no credits like cards, it's going to take a couple of years before their profiles are good enough for you to get them a substantial amount of money to where they're not going to say, oh, this was a scam or whatever. You promised me 150,000 and all I got was 10, so I try to avoid those. But again, it's up to your guys' own discretion. I'm just speaking from my own experience. The more that we engage with bad profiles, the more that's what IG and Facebook is going to show your account to. So what I do is I just block and delete them as soon as they come in. Uh, Block and delete. I know sometimes it may seem harsh, but the people that are too far gone, block and delete. The ones that are have thin profiles or have one or two things that I may have sent to credit repair, I will label those people as shipped and I'll send them to our school community where there's a couple of tips and things on how to do some stuff. Okay. Um, Besides that, I just try to every once in a while, if they seem like they have a solid business or like They're not trying to be a rapper or a movie producer or something like that. Sometimes I'll ask, okay, well, you don't qualify at this time, but do you have a business partner, a friend, or a family member, somebody else that you can use to help get your business funding? Very rarely somebody does. Um, if they do, say, great, when's a time that we can get on a Zoom call with the both of you, but you both have to be there. And if both of them can't be there, then don't even waste your time with it. Besides that, it's really just the blocking and deleting. I'll label those people as shipped. If I did send them, to credit repair or something like that, that way, if they do come back and I deleted that message, their label of shipped will still remain on that account. So even if they send a new message, I can now still see that they're labeled shipped. And then I note, okay, just ask a couple more questions. Hey, I know we may have spoke before. Did you get everything fixed? Did you have to go through credit repair or did you get some personal credit cards? Whatever the case may have been. But I don't keep them. I don't save them. It takes up too much space. The IG accounts that I use, I only keep them with good potential clients, people that maybe haven't fully answered yet, and I don't know whether they're good or bad, or people that haven't fully booked yet and we're just re-engaging until they do. And that's how we consistently get book calls. Um, the last thing is the thin profiles. Sometimes we'll get credit scores that are in the 700s and they'll say they have $10,000 in credit card limits and you're like, okay, great. And then come to find out it's in an authorized user or it's a secured credit card or it's not from a tier one bank. And so all of those hinder the amount of funding that you're able to get. So sometimes we need to dig a little bit deeper on those questions so that way we can find out, okay, well, is this really going to be a good fit? Because we may not be able to get you that much funding. And if that's the case, it might not even be worth pursuing this client at this time. So for that, I may tell them, hey, look, first call your credit cards and ask for a credit limit increase, or first, apply for one or two personal credit cards, from Chase or American Express. Trying to give them a little bit of direction, like, hey, I can't help you right now in your current position, but if you did A, B, and C, then came back to me, then I would be able to help you out. That way we're not being rude and we're not just disregarding people. Um, but at the same time, those are people that are kind of close. They've already kind of put in some of the work. They're on the right track. If they're too far gone, I don't mess with them. Block and delete because IG will start sending you all those people really quickly. As soon as you start engaging with them, you'll notice the quality of your incoming messages will start going down. So the quick way to fix it, block and delete them, stop talking, stop engaging with them. If you have to send them a link or things like that, let it be to people that are close that may be able to come back in a month or two to work with them. And as long as you do those couple of things, you'll dramatically see the increase from your leads coming in from 500 and 600 credit score people to 700, 800 credit score people. All right, guys, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.